It's spooky month.
Phone's going off.
Check out this cool ghostwriting. Look at this. God, your handwriting sucks. Go back to English class. This is Phasmophobia, a multiplayer horror game where you investigate haunted locations to find out what type of ghost haunts it and then leave. That's it. No convoluted lore, nothing. Like and subscribe. Okay, clearly based on the fact of how this video is titled, you probably expect this video to be longer and probably a bit more cheerful, and you're absolutely right. I love this game. I've been playing it since year one of its launch, and to show how much I've put into it, here's what my level was before they wiped all my progress for the progression update. Wow! That's a number. This game is currently in Steam Early Access, and right now it is, in my opinion, just the best way to spend your Halloween this year, because what better way to spend your Halloween than joining with all your friends from across the world, just so you can hear them all die one by one because they got a little bit too close and friendly with the ghost's sweet hands.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, bye.
Smash. Well, shit. Oh well, let's get back to talking about how good the game is! I think the core game loop is probably the best part of the game, as it somehow masters being simple, yet complex at the same time. At the time of this recording, there are 24 types of ghosts and 7 types of unique evidence, and you only need 3 pieces of evidence to determine what type of ghost it is, except for one, but we'll get to that one later in the video. All 24 ghosts have unique abilities and weaknesses that help them stand out from their other ghost friends, to a point that if you were to say, I don't know, not get evidence and decide you don't want to get it, it is still entirely possible to find out what the ghost is. So what's the point of the evidence? It's basically a way for players to discover what the ghosts are early on, and then as they get more skilled and aware of how ghosts work and how they function, they can just go to higher difficulties, which will actually knock out possible evidences for you to get. For example, let's just talk about the one I can remember off the top of my head, the Mayor. The Mayor is a pretty simple ghost, as its evidence is only spirit box, ghost orb, and ghost writing. However, its unique strength is that it can't actually do anything actively when the lights are on in its room or around it, but when the lights are off, it goes apeshit. What I mean by this is that the ghost becomes more aggressive, does more events, and will try to drain your sanity faster until you get to 60% sanity, and then it can start actually trying to hunt you. However, if the lights are on, it can only hunt at 40% and is pretty much borderline silent. So getting the evidence requires you to put yourself actively in danger to find this out. However, if you know how the ghost works, you'll also know this is the only ghost that cannot turn the lights on, and has a unique event that can happen where the moment you turn a light on, it will immediately turn it back off. So if the ghost turns the light off immediately after turning it on, there's a good shot it's a mare. And it's this singular detail that perfectly demonstrates what I mean by simple yet complex at the same time. New players go in just getting the evidence, but as you get more familiar with the ghosts and you know how the ghosts work, you don't need the evidence. There's plenty of things that can tell you what a ghost is right away. That is, unless it's this one ghost that I deliberately held off until now called the Mimic. The Mimic is purposely made so you can't do this immediately, because this is the only ghost that can copy any other ghost's abilities at any time. And that is incredibly dangerous because some ghosts are even more violent than the Mayor and can really screw with your day. However, the main caveat is this is the only ghost with 4 types of evidence, one of which you don't put in the book, and that is ghost orbs. The reason you don't put this in the book is because the ghost orb normally stays in the ghost room, which is where the ghost mainly does all of its activities. However, the Mimic makes it to where the ghost orb actually tells you where the ghost is actively standing. And it only takes this one detail of having any ghost power and having a 4th evidence that makes it stand out and completely mess with the game in a complex way. So even if you had like an expert level player join with you, your friends can still have a lot of fun because not even the expert's gonna know immediately what the ghost is.
Alright, the ghost is poltergeist. Oh, we're good to go. Let's wrap it up.
No, that's not how that works.
Great game, guys. Oh, boy.
Yo, imagine if like cops arrive to the scene, they just see a broken window, like, yep, it was a break-in, and they don't look inside to see the dead bodies laying around the room. Guess we'll report it as an attempted robbery. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay, Ghost Rider.
Oh, it's poltergeist! It's poltergeist! I'm the best!
Why do we even play this mission? Why do we even play this mission?
can't believe you were right. So when everyone's on the same playing field, you get more time to build more memories and experiences that will stick through your brain for a good year or two. For example, in the clip behind me, there was a scene where my friend Patrick got put into the front door and all the lights were red and the ghost was all there, and then I left the building and I came back in to find out he was collapsed dead in the middle of the floor, only for my friend Ryan to go inside and then also immediately die, but this time end up in the stock Family Guy death pose. And I know so far all these clips have made the game seem a little goofy and not so scary, but that is far from the truth. This game is horrifying. This is because of the game's excellent use of sound design and visuals. Unlike other games that try to really overdo it with the sounds and the visuals to make it look extra spooky and scary and loud equals scary, the game instead masterfully uses less is more. The game doesn't have music that normally plays. It doesn't have any real sounds. In fact, the moment you walk into a house, it is pure air and silence. No dogs barking outside, no cars passing by, no noise from the neighbors, nothing. But the sounds isn't just normal sounds, it's like an eerie silence, you know, like something is wrong. In fact, to give you an example, I'm just gonna let the audio speak for itself for a moment, just so you can kind of get really wrapped into what the silence is like. See what I mean? Eerie silence. And this silence is perfect because it lets you really take in the sounds the ghost makes, and when the ghost does actually pop up and start making eerie sounds or talk to you through the spirit box, it takes you by surprise. Like, it can be dead silent and then suddenly you hear the lights turn off in another room, or the doors open. Or maybe the ghost just shows up and starts singing to you, completely breaking the silence and making you jump in your chair.
Nah, like less than 20 seconds. Bro, I'm out.
That's new. The game actually accomplishes being scary even though your friends are goofing off and saying some off-the-wall stupid shit because of the excellent sound design. And on top of all this, we have excellent visuals, because the visuals just go with another sense of less is more by making it to where your starter flashlight can't see more than 2 inches in front of you.
No, thermometer.
I can't see more than 2 inches in front of me.
Yeah, these flashlights suck, dude.
So when something happens in front of you and you can't really see it, it really sells the, oh shit, I'm going to die moment. With the combination of these two things, there was plenty of points that after we were done goofing off, we took the game very seriously, and we were communicating through the walkie-talkie global chat system in order for us to find out where everyone was at, what was happening, or if they heard anything or saw anything interesting in any of the locations. In other words, the sound design and the visuals turned us into professional ghost hunters. Which is a hell of an accomplishment considering the fact that I'm a ballistic moron that has never taken anything seriously in his life. I mean, come on, I'm trying to make YouTube a career. Are you really thinking that I'm taking anything seriously right now? Now, if you recall from earlier in the video, I mentioned the progression update, and the progression update is one of the best things to happen to this game. This is because prior to this update, there used to only be like 1 tier of items for most of them, and then Flashlight had 2 versions. It really was just buy something and it does a thing, and that was it. But now with the new progression, we have multiple tiers of upgrades to these equipment pieces. Unfortunately, I couldn't get footage of the extra tiers, but I do have footage of me trying to buy stuff and seeing the extra tiers, so just take that for what you will. I didn't have, you know, the computer space to record an extra 10 hours of footage. That being said, there's a Horror 2.0 update coming out, so I mean, if you want me to revisit this game, let's make this video hit 200 likes, and I'll return to this game whenever the update comes out, so we'll see what happens. If you haven't bought this game already, this is a true horror experience that you definitely don't want to miss out while it's here, so I'd recommend picking it up for you and your pals, and you go in and have a jolly grand old time this Halloween, because this is a game that definitely deserves your time and money. So go out there, get those ghosts, get those cursed possessions, and get that bread. Thank you all so much for watching. I know this video's a little bit shorter than the last one. That's because I was kind of tight for time because I wanted to make sure I could get this out before Halloween. If you like what you saw here today, maybe hit that like button or hit that wacky subscribe button. You do you, I'm not your mom. Let's aim for 1,000 subscribers and I will catch you in the next video. This has been The Bottom Dweller.